Well, the Montreal Canadiens valued position over possible best player available and taking Jesperi Kotkaniemi. And again,
Kotkaniemi.
I think I'm going to butcher that name. I guess you got to get used to saying it. Anyway, he's a Finnish center. They passed on Filip Zadina, passed on Brady Tkachuk, passed on a lot of the maybe the guys that were slotted ahead of him. What do you make of the pick there, Pat?
Well, it's an interesting pick. It's something that we saw, more and more interest in this player. Going back to the combine, they took him out for steak dinner. They've looked very closely at him. He's a guy, he finished 6th in European skaters in the final rankings. That was before the World Under-18 Championships. He had a really strong tournament there. He had a good year in the Finnish Liga, although he played as a winger.
Okay.
But he did play as a center with the, during U18 team. The Canadians see that he's a natural center, and that's where they plan to use him. That's where they have a big hole in their lineup for several years now.
And I'm hearing that the comparisons are Barkov, maybe Anze Kopitar. Is that a reach in your mind?
Well, I haven't seen him play, so I really don't know, but that's what the scouts say. He's a guy that his stock went way up after the season, after the rankings were made. And but I think more and more, people were talking about him. Some people thought the Canadians might have moved down a little bit, to get him and maybe get something else in return, but they were afraid that Chicago or Detroit was going to pick him at 6 and 8, so they figured they had to lock him up. We'll see whether he can play right away. He'll certainly get a chance in training camp. It's more likely that he's probably a year away.
Well, the only way you get centers these days is through the draft, and we're seeing it now with Jonathan Drouin possibly being moved from the wing to the center. That kind of didn't work out after trading Galchenyuk. It looked like this was a huge void for them. We'll see if it sort of works out, and we'll see what the Montreal Canadiens have cooking for them on day 2. For Post Media News, this is Pat Hickey. I'm Michael Trykos.